Hi guys, it's me Shante and welcome back to another episode of Shaking It Up with Shante. If you've been here before, welcome back as always. And if this is your very first time tuning in, welcome, and thank you guys as well. Look, listen y'all, today is gonna be really simple and easy. I'm gonna show you my way how I make my Tikka Masala. Yes, Tikka Masala. We're gonna be making that tonight. It's very easy, it's very simple. Without further ado, let's shake something up. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need for this recipe is some boneless, skinless chicken breast. I recommend chicken breast for just this recipe because I would think that, which I like chicken thighs, but they're going to be a little bit more fatty, more greasy. So I like to use the chicken breast for this recipe. So I have some boneless, skinless chicken breast. I have onion over here. I'm going to use an onion and a half because I like onion. I should use 2 whole onions, but I love onion. I have some ground nutmeg, some minced garlic, some ground cumin, some cinnamon, some garlic powder, onion powder, of course, some oregano, some ginger. I will be using 2 tomato bouillon cubes. I also have my Indian masala. I get this from my local farmer's market. This is the best, I feel. I have some tomato sauce, some heavy cream, and some plain yogurt. If you want to do a can of diced tomatoes in this, you can, which I probably will add that. But yeah, you can. So first thing first, I'm going to set all of this to the side and get ready and chop up my chicken, which is already washed and clean. That's why I have it wrapped in this bowl. I'm going to remove all of this and chop up my chicken. All right, y'all, now that my board is clear, my hands are impeccably clean. I've already washed them. I'm going to take my chicken breast. Now, if you want to cut the fat off your chicken breast, you can. The little fat that's on there, you can just cut that off, okay? I'm going to put that to the side. You can split these or you can completely chop them. I like to take the fatty part of the chicken breast and kind of split it because it's so thick. Split it just like that. And then I'm going to just dice them up. Well, not dice them. I'm going to have them in chunks. Like chunks like this, bite-sized chunk like that, because they have to marinate. So I'm gonna cut these up. Taking that fat off. Now, if you like fat, you can leave it on, which I do like fat, but for some reason this recipe, I like to trim all the fatting off of it. This is a really thick chicken breast. These are huge. So I'm just gonna split this right in this thick part. And make sure y'all have a good sharp knife when doing this. Now that all of my chicken is chopped up, just go through, make sure you don't have any attached. Make sure they're all in separate pieces. I'm gonna put them back in this same bowl that they were sitting in. And then I'm gonna wash my hands, y'all, because now I have to get to the seasonings. All right, y'all, so I have my chicken in the bowl. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take about 1/4 of this butter, melt it in the microwave for a couple of seconds. All right. While that's going, I'm gonna add about, I have 4 huge chicken breasts, and this is the marinade. This has to marinate for about 4 hours, y'all. So I'm taking some plain yogurt. I'm taking about, that's a lot. That's about 4 heaping tablespoons. All right, that butter melted quickly. Taking about 4 heaping tablespoons. I have my butter here. I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of this masala. Mix it in with my butter. Ooh, y'all should smell this. I mean, this smells good. I thought I had a fork. That's okay, I stirred with my knife. Okay, we're gonna mix this in here. Y'all, this smells so good. Mix it with the butter. Just stir it up really good. I'm gonna pour this in here. Ooh, y'all look at that. Okay, pour that with that. And I'm gonna add about a tablespoon garlic powder. I'm gonna add just a teaspoon, a teaspoon ginger. That might have been a little bit more than a teaspoon. A teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm gonna add some salt. About a tablespoon of salt. Okay. Now I'm gonna wash my hands and I am going to mix this. All right, so I'm gonna take my clean hands, y'all, and I am going to mix all of this together. I'm going to cover this and let this sit in the refrigerator at least 4 hours. At least 4 hours, and then we're gonna come back and put it in the oven. All right, y'all, so it is getting close time now for my chicken to come out of the refrigerator. It's been roughly 3.5 hours so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook my rice. So I have a half a stick of butter in here. I'm gonna add a tomato bouillon cube to that. Now, this is how I cook my rice to give it any kind of flavor, whatever flavor you want. You just add it with your butter and you skillet. And I'm doing this bouillon cube. Now, you could do chicken, whatever other kind they sell. But since I'm making this tikka masala, I want it to have this tomato taste. So I just put a half a stick of butter in one bouillon cube that I'm just gonna crush up, even though it's gonna crush up when I add the water and so forth. But you can add whatever season. Like if you want garlic butter rice, you add your butter and your garlic first. If you want some lemon pepper rice, you add your lemon pepper. And then what I do next is I take my rice, I dump it in there just like that. I'm gonna use a cup and a half of rice. Okay, and I am using some jasmine rice mixed with some parboiled rice because I was out of jasmine, but this is gonna work, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and just let this cook around in here a little bit. Let it get some of them flavors in there. Y'all see that? Just let that toast up just for about 3 or 4 minutes before you add your water. Make sure you have it on like a medium-high heat. I had turned it down a little bit, didn't know. All right, make sure you have it on like a medium-high heat. I'm just gonna let this toast up for a bit before I add my 3 cups of water, okay? All right, get out of second. I've added 1. That's my 2nd cup of water. Gonna add 1 more cup. All right. So I'm just gonna let this, once it starts simmering, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit and cover it up. All right, y'all, so my chicken has been marinating a little over 3.5 hours, not quite 4. The longer the better, I can tell you that, the longer the better. If you want to prep this the day before and you want to let it marinate overnight, that's even better. So I have my oven already ready on 400 degrees. So I'm gonna take my chicken masala now, put it on a baking sheet. I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 15 minutes on 400. You can use tongs if you want, use your clean hands if you like. I like to use my hands because I'm a cook and that's just what I do. And that's one reason why you hardly ever see me get my nails done, because I cook all the time and I don't want to wear gloves. I don't want nobody cooking my food with no long fingernails on. I don't care if they do got gloves on. Your nails just too long to be cooking food. Okay, look like y'all, I got too much chicken for my little pan. I don't know why I didn't get a bigger pan. I probably didn't think I was gonna cook this much chicken. All right, y'all, so my chicken masala is in the oven. It should be ready to come out within the next 5 minutes or so. My rice is done already. Look at my rice, nice and fluffy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce. I got a half a stick of butter in here. I'm gonna throw in here, and I have this kind of a medium high heat, but I have a half a stick of butter in here. I'm gonna put a tomato bouillon cube in here with it. I'm gonna go ahead, well, let me cut this up a little bit. I like to mash this up. I don't know why, y'all, but I like to cut it up. I don't like it to be whole. Cut it up just like that. All right, so I'm gonna take my onions and put it right in here with this. Now, you can dice your onions up if you want to, but I don't like my onions diced for this. I like to see my onions, taste my onions, which this was a medium-sized onion and a half-sized onion. I just sliced them up kind of sort of in these little half circles. And I'm gonna let these cook until they're translucent, meaning just till they get soft. They're not gonna caramelize, but I will let them cook down until they get soft. You of course don't have to use these many onions. I just do. And normally a regular, if you watch any type of chicken masala, tikka masala videos, you'll see that they use ghee. You can use ghee if you like, but I like to just use butter. Ghee is very expensive. It's just a clarified butter. I like to use regular butter. And as far as making chicken masala, as far as the seasonings goes, all the authentic seasonings, you can use those as well. But I like to make stuff easy and peasy, stuff made simple that you can make at home with things you already have in your cupboards. So I know most of y'all already have this stuff in your cupboards at home. So we're not gonna go into the details of, you know, the authentic or, you know, traditional way of making tikka masala. This is Shantae's way. And my way is always gonna be easier, honey, and it's just as tasteful, okay? So I'm gonna let this cook down a little bit before I add any of my other stuff. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and take my chicken out of the oven because I don't want it to dry out. It has been in here for about 20 minutes because y'all know I had a lot in the pan, and I already checked on this once, and I had to actually pour some of the juice off of it because it made a lot. So that is perfect because once they get done, once my sauce get done, I'm gonna take these chicken pieces and dump them in my sauce. So we're gonna give this sauce, we're gonna give the onions a few minutes to just soften up before I continue with the rest of the ingredients for the sauce, okay? All right, this is cooking good. It's been cooking now for probably about 3 minutes. I'm gonna let it cook another maybe 3 or 4 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of this minced garlic. A little bit more than a tablespoon, but it'll be okay. Mix that in here with the onion. Ooh, y'all, this smells so good. So good. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add my ground cumin to this. And that's about a tablespoon. smell so good. Don't it smell good, baby?
Oh, yeah.
You can eat this. You gonna be ready to eat some of this when we get done, honey?
You know it.
Woo! I can't wait to eat this either. Y'all, every time I make this, he be waiting for it to get done. He stand around and he wait for it to get ready, y'all, because he be ready to eat this, honey. Okay, we're gonna give that a few more minutes, you guys. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add a half a can of tomato sauce to this. I may add the whole can. Half a can of tomato sauce. I also want to add some diced tomatoes. This is a small 10-ounce can. I'm going to add that whole can of diced tomatoes in there. Okay. Oh, and it has chilies in it as well. Okay. Now I'm going to add the rest of my seasonings. I'm going to add a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I just like the smokiness of it. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the tikka masala powder. Okay. I'm going to add a tablespoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of onion powder. I'm going to add a dash of cinnamon. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oregano. I'm going to add a tablespoon of ginger. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to give this a good mix. Now I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I'm going to incorporate everything in here together. Give it a really good mix. Look at that color, y'all. Ooh, that look like some good old gravy. Which is basically is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken to this. You just want to toss your chicken in here. Everything is pretty much done at this point. I'm not gonna put all the chicken. Let's put that much, because I did cook a lot. Okay. I'm gonna mix this all up together, and I'm gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna come back after about 5 and 6 minutes with me some rice on a plate, and we're gonna give this a good old tasting for y'all. on medium low for about 5 or 6 minutes, y'all. All right, y'all, so this has been simmering for about 10 minutes and it is ready. When I tell y'all it is ready, now when I say it's a little spicy, it's just a tad bit spicy, just a tad bit. I'm not a fan of the hot spicy stuff. I don't do peppers and stuff like that, but this is just a tad bit spicy. It's not too spicy, so if you just like a little kick, and then, you know, it's okay. If you want it super spicy, of course, add you some more type of peppers if you like. Some chili, some pepper flakes. You can add you some pepper flakes if you like. You can do that as well. But it is a tad bit spicy. And also, if you want to cut down a little bit on the acidity from all of the tomatoey stuff, you can put you a tablespoon or 2 of sugar in yours to cut back on it. But I don't find it a problem with me, so I don't too much tend to worry about it. But it is very, very good. And all of those seasonings that I added to this give this dish a very distinct taste. I mean, it is very good. All of those seasonings just marry together. It tastes so, so good, y'all. I've already tasted, of course. You have to taste your food. You got to taste it and make sure it's straight. So I've already tasted this. It's done pretty much. Well, it is done. You know, pretty much. It's done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And look at all of those onions in there. Oh, I like that. Now, if you don't like big pieces of onions, by all means, you don't have to put the onions in here. If you want to cut up you some fresh tomatoes, you can cut up you some fresh tomatoes. But, you know, hey, I just do the can. I'm trying to make this simple and easy, honey. And that's just what I do. I have other stuff to do, honey. So I have to make this as easy and simple as possible for me. Let me grab me a plate. Grab me some of my rice. I'll meet y'all back on that plate. All right, y'all. It's done. My tikka masala chicken is done. I have it over a bed of white rice with my onions, all of my seasonings. Y'all, I already know how this tastes. I'm telling y'all, I already know how it tastes. Look, and it's piping hot, and I'm still gonna try to eat it. That's okay, because I gotta do it for y'all. I gotta do it for y'all. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. My Lord. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. I got me some wine. Chilling in the freezer. It's been in there for like an hour. I know it's good and cold and ready right now. Just a nice glass of Moscato with this. Y'all. When I tell y'all, y'all gotta try this. All of these ingredients, now I know y'all already got it at home. Y'all ain't gotta go out and get nothing but maybe the yogurt. Everything else, y'all should have in your cupboard. Really simple, really easy. I try to make these really simple, really easy recipes, you know, so you don't have to go to all types of farmers markets to try to find this, try to find that. You know, really simple, a simple way with the same taste as the authentic kind, if not even better, because I like this better. I like my way better. So y'all got to do this the Shake It Up with Shante way, because it's better, trust me, and it's really, really good. Baby, if y'all ain't tried this, go ahead and give it a try. If you're watching this and you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell to all videos. So every time I upload a new video once a week, you'll be notified and you will not miss out on some of these simple and easy peasy recipes. So let me know in the comment section, have you ever tried tikka masala or chicken masala before. And if you have, to let me know some of the things that you use, some of your different techniques, your different ways of doing things, and I greatly appreciate it. I try to read all of my comments. Thank everybody for all my new subscribers. I thank y'all so much. Until that next video, I will see y'all then, which is next week. Bye, y'all.